It's the NFL on EA Sports, where we'll see two of the NFL's oldest and most storied franchises. It's the Detroit Lions and the Green Bay Packers. Next on Madden NFL 25.
It's the only fan-owned franchise here in the NFL. And tens of thousands of those fans have their cheeseheads on and have filled the stands of historic Lambeau Field here in Green Bay, Wisconsin. Thanks for joining us, everyone. With my partner, Brock Heward, I'm Kate Scott. And like so many matchups in the NFL, Brock, our focus goes right to the quarterbacks in this one. Both of these guys, players who've been around the league now for some time, they've definitely established themselves as veterans who know how to win football games.
Yeah, I think the word of the day, Kate, is definitely experience. Two guys who've been through the season several times over, have seen a lot at this point in their career and been through quite a bit on the field. All that experience is stored up there right between the ears. And the one who is more skilled at leveraging that experience, more than likely is going to come away with the win.
Here's Brandon McManus to get this one going. And here we go from Lambeau. Craig Reynolds to return it. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. So the Lions take the field for their first drive. They're led out by someone who's fought through the doubters all through his career, and he just keeps putting up numbers. Jared Goff.
Kate, there are other flashier quarterbacks that make more highlight reel plays than Jared Goff. There certainly are bigger and stronger athletes playing the position today, but Jared's just a throwback, a guy that understands the timing and the precision. I love that he knows what he is and what he isn't when it comes to his skills. And it's why he's been able to flourish in multiple places and why he continues to sustain a lot of success in this league.
A quick slant. Here's Laporta. And it's a nice little chunk here, 6 yards. That was Xavier McKinney that time with the tackle.
He's just one of those guys, Kate. Even when he's not open, he's still a target thanks to that physicality and his ability to just play bully ball. They don't like forcing into coverage, but sometimes when you got a bully like him that can create space, you just find a way to get him the ball.
From the 34. To the right and hauled in by Laporta. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on second down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about third down at all.
They'll head up 1st and 10 from the 42. First give on the ground to Jahmyr Gibbs. And he'll be met near the line to limit the gain to a yard. That was Kenny Clark on the tackle. Only gets a yard there to make it 2nd and 9.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
And he can't escape. The Packers drop him. And that pushes him back. 3rd down coming up.
All right, first sack on the board and the first drive as a defense. And now, well, now we let the chess match begin. The adjustments begin because we know pressure leads to sacks. And sacks in this league often leads to wins.
This offense looking to convert as they come up on 3rd down. From the gun, Goff. And he just gets rid of this one, but unfortunately, that means 4th down coming up.
Well, that's one you chalk up to the pressure earning that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target, hit him, altered that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
On comes Jack Fox to handle the 4th down punt for the Lions. Fair catch made a little beyond the 20-yard line. So now it's the Packers getting out on offense for their opening drive. They'll be led out by the Utah State product and former first-rounder back in 2020, Jordan Love.
It took Jordan Love a little while for him to get his chance to start in the NFL. He had to watch Aaron Rodgers for a number of years, but guess what? Aaron had to watch Brett, and it paid huge dividends. And it sure looks like Jordan Love, to start his career, is doing the same. He didn't just watch Aaron Rodgers. He worked on his game. He developed his game over 3 years. And when he got his chance, he sure looked like a young star at the position.
Here's Josh Jacobs getting his first look on the ground. He gets forward, and that's about 4 yards. Brian Branch getting there for the tackle.
You know, that's a good run right there to keep the offense on schedule. If he can average that type of yards per carry, this guy's going to be more than all right with letting him lead the show.
2nd and 6 coming up here. They stick with Jacobs. He's contained at the line for no gain. Aiden Hutchinson, energetic as always after making the stick. Looks like no gain on 2nd down, and that leads us to 3rd and 6.
When you rush the passer, it's kind of like tracking down a runner. That same pass, same athleticism comes to life. He looked pretty good hunting his prey right there.
Throwing his Love on 3rd. He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a 1st down.
Every time I see one of those angle routes, I think back to my day 1 install. Rookie minicamp in the NFL. Texas, angle route. 49ers of the 80s, they were making hay with it then, and the running back's still doing it to this day.
1st and 10 from the 41. Putting a receiver in motion. Takes the handoff, now Love. He's on the move. He's running with it. And he gets it forward to still about a yard out of that. Aleem McNeil in on the tackle.
You know, Kate, they always say that QB clock, you know what it's more like? It's more like an alarm, especially in a situation like that, and it's a good thing you woke up to it, able to make something out of nothing and at least keep them moving forward.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Shotgun now for Love. That's reeled in by Jaden Reed. And he's tackled after getting this to the opposing 46. It's a pickup of 11. And it'll be 1st down, Packers.
Well, that is pretty darn impeccable timing between the two. To hit a curl route of that length, it takes great anticipation and precision by the quarterback, and the receiver on the other end finishing it, doing his job.
They send a tight end in motion. Running on 1st here with Jacobs. And he's got this down to the 40. Give him around 6. That's going to make it 2nd and 4.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid gain, but it's also a run that you know, and you may come back to, because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of a defense.
Love out of the shotgun. Completed over the middle. And they bring him down around the 34. He gets 6 on that play. And that's good for a Green Bay 1st down.
I'm sure coach and play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
Handoff here to Jacobs. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down. Solid 4-yard gain there, and now they've got 2nd and 6 coming up.
You know, these are the kind of runs, Kate, that a balanced game plan and a balanced offense is built on. It gets you good yardage, it sets up your play action, and it keeps that defense honest.
2nd and 6 now. Into the hands of Romeo Dobbs. And he gets a small chunk there before he's touched down. One yard, all that's needed. This is 3rd and inches. Motioning one of the tight ends. Turning to Jacobs on 3rd. And he'll go down. Looks like they're marking him at the 11. They get 13 on the pickup. And it'll be 1st down, Packers.
That is your old school meat and potatoes call right there. Don't even think about throwing it. Just rush it ahead and get what you need.
Offense set for a 1st and 10. Working inside the red zone. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. Kirby Joseph picks it. The 50. And the Lions get it back as he intercepts him for the second time this game.
And what a huge bonus on top of the takeaway. Not only did you steal the possession, but you immediately, Kate, flip this field and give your teammates a golden opportunity to punch it in for 6. And if they score quickly, well, it'll put that opposing offense right back out there, still reeling from that interception.
Detroit getting its offense set for their second drive. And they're set up well inside of enemy territory. They've got a short field after that pick. New set of downs for him at the 38. They bring the tight end in motion. First down throw from Goff. Connects on one to Jamison Williams. And he's able to drive this to the 29 before the stop.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on first down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for second down. In the 3rd and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
Out of the shotgun, Goff. Pass is caught, that's Tim Patrick. And he has it down officially to the red zone at the 20. A 9-yard gain and good for a first down.
Sure seems like he knew exactly what he wanted, and he got it, going right where he wanted to with the ball off the snap.
They have themselves another 1st and 10. Up the gut they go with Gibbs. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
Back to the line they go. It's second down. Another one for Gibbs. Juke the defender. And he doesn't get this one very far, down to only about the 18. These two NFC North teams have played one so far. Couple of zeros on the board right now. We'll return to historic Lambeau Field after this. We're all set to bring you the second quarter. Lions well within striking distance. Goff on 3rd. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the defense comes through, and that's going to back them up and bring up 4th down.
Hey, that's not an easy thing to do, Kate. Not against quarterbacks and the red zone offenses in this league, but what a tremendous effort to not only get the stop, but to end it with gusto and a sack.
On 4th down, the Lions going to try to put 3 on the board here with Jake Bates. This is a 44-yard look from the right hash. Bates' kick is up and good. And that's going to get them on the scoreboard.
You'd expect him to make most of those attempts from this distance, but it's never a lock. So they'll happily take this and finish off the drive with points.
Fox now to kick this one away. It's Keyshawn Nixon with the return. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25 after the return. Packers taking the field now. Their second series of the game coming up. And coming off our first points of the ball game, they're going to take over now trailing 3-zip. They're out and set, 1st and 10. looking to throw here and shake off that previous INT. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. They get 20 yards out of the play and move the chains.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
Just one play into this drive, and they're already sitting on their own 45. On the handoff, here's Jacobs. He'll work it a couple of yards past the line. Tackled by Jack Campbell. Only 2 yards, and it brings up 2nd and 8.
Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
Play fake, it's Love. Catch is made down the right sideline. And he's going to be drugged down, looks like at that 37-yard line. That's 16 on the pickup. And that's good for a Green Bay first down.
You know, it sure seems like he knew exactly where he was going with that before the snap. That's a pre-snap decision that led to a post-snap first down.
Markers reset, ball at the 37. Jacobs running behind center. And all he can get is 1 yard, ran that right into the defensive front.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
On 2nd down, Jacobs. It looks like we can call it about 4 yards in the end. DJ Reed brings him down that time. We'll get a stoppage now. Looks like we have someone banged up after that run in need of some attention. So now here's 3rd and 5. Love from the gun. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Hit arrived as the ball did to break things up. And that leaves them with 4th and 5. So they opt for the shorter pass later in the progression on that play, Brock, but man, the defense took that away too.
Well, what they tell us yesterday in those production meetings, nothing comes easy. No easy completions from shots down the field to those checkdowns to the running back. Wanted to make this offense earn everything, and they just did. A dependable kicker, man, that is a coach's best friend. Saves him so much stress to have a guy he can really trust to go out and hit it from that distance consistently. Because from that far out, no kick is a guarantee.
On now is McManus to kick this away. Khalif Raymond to return it. He's brought down at what looks like the 24-yard line. Now the Lions offense gets ready to return to the field. And they settled for a field goal on their last series, so points are a positive, but they'll look to upgrade to a touchdown here. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. I'll start on the ground with Gibbs. And he sneaks this through the middle, maybe a gain of 2.
You know, Kate, I like to call these body blows. Body blows. You got to be committed to running the football. Even if it doesn't move the chains, I guarantee you that wear and tear will pay dividends later.
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. They go play action with Goff. Finds his man, it's Amon-Ra St. Brown. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. He finds 37 yards on the play to move those chains.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
Down inside the 40 now with a first down following that last play. Hand off to Gibbs from the gun. And he'll knife his way through for a pickup of 4.
Well, I'll steal a line from one of my buddies, but I'm going to quote him. Mark Schlereth, 2-time Super Bowl winner, says if you want to run the ball, you got to keep running the ball. And that's a perfect example of it. Don't get tired. Don't get mad at gaining 4 yards. It's a run that can set up even more in the run game.
Shotgun snap here to Goff. Ooh, would have been a big gainer if they connected, but they could not. Instead, third down coming up.
That's somebody they're going to look for if he has any space deep. That space, though, Kate, just disappeared between when he let that pass go and when he actually made it down the field.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got third down. Trying to throw here out of the gun. Throw complete to Williams. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your third downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
All set up now for 1st and 10. Throwing is gone. And this throw's knocked away, incomplete. Could not beat the defender there. And we'll see what they do here on 2nd down.
I know a DB in the stat sheet loves to see INT and not PBU, but as soon as he realized a pick wasn't possible, he does the next best thing and knocks it away.
Goff trying again on 2nd and 10. Patrick with the catch. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. That chunk worth a nice 21 yards. And that will set up 1st and goal.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
They'll break the huddle and come up on 1st and goal. Montgomery. And they try to power it forward, but only a couple of yards there.
Hey, I get it on 1st and goal, right? A lot of teams like to be conservative and limit risk. Even if a run is stopped short, you still got 2, sometimes 3 downs to play with.
Now it's 2nd and goal from the 1. Once more, it's Montgomery. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss.
Kate, it's amazing how fast these guys are on the field and how fast your fortunes can turn. 2nd and short run, you're feeling good about yourself. But with a negative play, well, now comes a critical 3rd down.
Buckle up, it's 3rd and goal. Throwing now from the gun. And oh, he got it! Interception! Picked off by Nate Hobbs.
Well, that's it right there. That's the resilience and the mental toughness that every coach wants to see from his defense. Not a great spot for him. Backed up close enough that they're going to get shots taken in the end zone. But instead of collapsing under pressure, they rose up and they created the takeaway.
The Packers ready to run their offense back out there. And their last drive did end in points. Not as many as they wanted, though. They had to settle for that field goal despite advancing the football pretty well. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Jacobs gets it to start the drive. And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play. We're to the 2-minute warning from Lambeau. The Packers with the football. Offense to the line for second down. Love. That's caught, Tucker Kraft. And he'll have a small 4-yard chunk there, tackled by Jack Campbell. Drive in dire straits. It's 3rd and 9. Here's Love to throw. This one taken in by Kraft. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain. So 4th down, here comes Daniel Whelan to send it flying for the Packers. He sends this away, and oh, this is going to be a field flipper. Punt meets him at the 28. And he's brought down before the return gets far. And that punt gets up to 59 yards. And the Lions will go on offense. Ball at the 33 for first down. Trying to shake off the interception. He's looking to throw. Laporta with the grab. And he almost reaches the 45 before going out. They come through with a nice gain of 10 and a first down.
Kid, I can't tell you how good that is. Anticipating the outcut, having the ball on the way before the receiver's head even turns, he puts it on him so that receiver can easily get out of bounds for the nice gain.
Goff on 1st and 10. He's going to loft one deep to the left. Big gain downfield. And in for the Detroit touchdown. I love plays like this, Brock. Sometimes you just got to ask your dude, show me what you got, man. Show off those wheels, and he did just that.
Yeah, beauty in simplicity, right?
Yep.
Now, when you run that fly route, you got to win right from the jump. And you got to protect yourself from the sideline, too. Don't get pushed to the boundary. Give your quarterback room to throw it up, and you can find pay dirt.
Now it's Jake Bates for the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And the Lions break that tie and now lead by 7. Fox now to kick this one away. Nixon now to return it. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. The Green Bay offense about to get started once more. And they take over down 10-3 following that score. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Shotgun now for Love. And the first down pass set away by a defender, incomplete. Trying to force one through there. So 2nd down coming up.
You know, I don't fault that look at all, Kate, downfield. It was just an excellent defensive play to deny him the ball and knock it away. That is good on good.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. Love out of the shotgun. That's too far in front, and it's not going to be caught.
There's the importance of staying in phase as a defender. He was all over him in coverage, and that really did help force the incompletion.
No connection on the last play, and now it's third down. A give to Jacobs on the inside handoff. And he'll take it up to the 30 before being brought down. The defense takes its third and final timeout, as they'll get together and discuss with fourth down coming up. The Packers send out their punting unit. Deep for the Lions, Khalif Raymond. Got 46 on his first punt, and this one's pushing a little more distance. He calls for the fair catch and has it at the 22-yard line. This offense headed back to the field, led by their receiver. We don't get a return out of that punt. Man, it'll be their football. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. From the gun, Goff finds Laporta. And they're going to bring him down just beyond the 30 at the 31.
That is a textbook first down completion. Sets up second and very manageable and creates space to take that shot downfield.
Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. From the 31. That's caught. Here comes Jahmyr Gibbs. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
Year after year, the best offenses are multifaceted. It's not just the receivers or the tight ends that can make plays through the air. When you get running backs that can attack the middle of the field like that, man, is it difficult on the defense.
First down throw from Goff. And that's going to be incomplete. Still time for a couple of plays, though. 15 seconds left.
Well covered on that play. Really not a large window for him to sneak that throw in.
Couldn't connect on first. It's 2nd down. Off play action. Goff. And the coverage just too good there. Didn't find the throw that he was confident in, so just throws it away. Third down coming up.
And this is why scouts talk about a player's closing speed, Kate. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released. And that sure altered the throw.
Back to throw it. And even on third down, he sees no choice other than to get rid of it. Not the play they wanted. It's going to be 4th down.
You know, it's a point of emphasis in practice each and every week, no matter where we go. How are we going to attack the coverage on third down? If we chose the wrong play off that call sheet that time.
The Lions readying for the punt. That hits at the 9, but nobody around to grab it. It carries all the way into the end zone for a touchback. That brings us to the break, and it's the visiting Lions holding an early advantage. Now we'll send you south to our Orlando studios for the EA Sports Halftime Report with Jonathan Coachman.
Okay, Kate, thanks very much. And with that, we welcome you all into our EA Sports studios. This is the Halftime Report. Both these teams making their way out of the tunnel, and we're ready for the second half. And for the call, we send it back to Kate Scott and the other blonde bomber, Brock Hewitt.
As always, a hat tip to Coach for his hard work during the break, as we're happy to welcome y'all back for the start of our third quarter. Fox now to kick this one away. McCole Hardman now on the return. He stopped on the return at the 27. Here's the Packer offense headed out to start the third quarter. And their defense sure has kept this game close. Now it's time for them to come through, get some points for their team in this low-scoring affair. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Takes the handoff, now Love. A dangerous throw, and he almost got burned by it. The interception dropped and incomplete on 1st down.
I think I could see his eyes from the booth. He was envisioning the return and simply dropped it. You got to secure the pick before anything else.
So after the incompletion, here comes the 2nd down call. They send the tight end in motion. A 2nd down throw here for Love. Has him on the quick hitter. And this one's brought to a halt at about the 36-yard line.
The goal of that little drag route is to get him for at least a minimal gain with space to add after that. That picked up a good chunk, and it was nearly a big play.
And the Lions into a nickel set for 3rd down. Here's Love. Complete beyond the marker. And he's going to be brought down at the 42. That one ends up a gain of 6. And it'll be 1st down, Packers.
That's what we call situational football. You spend all week working on your nickel passing game package to take advantage of 3rd downs just like that.
Receiver in motion, going left. 1st down throw, here's Love. Pocket isn't holding up, they're able to drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
Wow, it has been such a good day offensively for the guys up front. That's actually the 1st sack by this defense. And now comes the real question mark. Will it lead to more, or will this offense learn a lesson and get back to the rhythm they've been in protecting?
All right, here we go, 2nd down. Here's a give to Jacobs. And he'll get it up near the 38-yard line before going down. Give him 2 yards there, and it's now 3rd and 14. Love from the gun. That'll be complete to Jacobs. And he's going to bring it up to the 40-yard line before he stopped.
Those little short throws, they are high percentage and certainly bread and butter. But they really run the risk of a quick tackle just like that and being stopped short of the sticks.
On now comes their punter. It'll be Daniel Whelan doing the honors. Takes it in at the 21. And before that return amounts to much, they bring him down. Call that punt a 52-yard effort. And it's going to be their football coming up. The Detroit offense getting ready for its next drive. And it has been all about these defenses so far, Brock. Even into the 2nd half, we're still waiting for one of these offenses to take charge.
Yeah, what you're feeling, these defenses are making every yard tough, every 1st down tough, every series tough. And offensively, yeah, it's time to toughen up and maybe more importantly, sharpen up.
He finds Laporta. He's descended upon quickly and dropped after it looks like a yard gain. Edgerrin Cooper there to make the stop. That's the rookie from Texas A&M who took him down. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Shotgun snap here to Goff. This is complete to Gibbs. This is ahead for about 5. Edgerrin Cooper there to make the stop.
That's a defense's goal, right, Kate? Just get us to 3rd down so we can have a chance to get off the field. And that was a good adjustment on that stop in particular, when the back ended up being the target, and they were able to keep him short of the sticks.
Goff now on 3rd down. Pass complete to Gibbs. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
This dude's just simply got a nose for the marker no matter how they get him the ball, Kate. Hand it to him, and he sniffs out that first down. Get it to him on a screen, and it's no different. He surges ahead and keeps this drive moving.
Football on that 47-yard line, first down. Throwing again, it's Goff. It's incomplete. Should have been a catch downfield, but off his hands and to the ground it goes.
You know, I'm not sure if he was hearing footsteps or just had a surprise break in concentration. So unusual to see one dropped unless there's a hit involved.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's second down. Goff. Out to his wideout. It's a screen. Doesn't get much beyond the line, a yard at most. Edger and Cooper there to make the stop. Now after making that catch, we see he's shaken up. Trainer's heading out to take a look. So a tough spot now. This is 3rd and 9. Out of the shotgun, Goff. St. Brown's got it, complete. And he's tackled after gaining a handful.
You can earn your money in the NFL in all sorts of different ways, but defensively, in a league where you're just not hitting as much in training camp, you're not tackling as much as they got to in the old days, when you can make a play in the open field, keep them short like that, I promise you some money will follow.
Punt team is on now, and they get this away. And that's out. We're just waiting for the spot. They're going to say it cleared the sideline over top the 14. Out now runs the Packer offense. They struggled to produce on that last series, but better results ahead as they take possession here. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. To the air with Love. Short pass brought in. And he'll have it up to about the 23-yard line on the play.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for on 1st down. Textbook. It sets up 2nd and very manageable, and then creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. Play fake. It's Love. That's into the hands of Downs. And they're going to bring him down just beyond the 30 at the 31. And that play goes for 8 yards, and it keeps this drive moving.
It sure seemed like he knew exactly where he was going with that right off the snap.
They've got 1st down from the 31. Shotgun give now to Jacobs. And he found some running room for a nice gain. Good rip on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 2.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run in crossing that 1st down marker.
Going run again with Jacobs. And he made a bid for midfield there, but stopped on his own side at the 49. They get an even 10 on that play. And that's good for a Green Bay 1st down.
Ooh, I like that. I really like that execution to move the chains. Now that 3rd down call that they had ready, well, they could stick it right back in their pocket for a later occasion.
On 1st and 10, here's Love. That won't be caught outright. It's incomplete.
Can't cover it much better than that. Really well covered, Kate, on that play. There just simply was not a window for him to sneak that throw in.
Couldn't connect on 1st. It's 2nd down. They run it with Jacobs, who swarms in the middle. This gets maybe a yard. Tackled by Jack Campbell. Only a yard for him that time, so now 3rd and 9. Love out of the shotgun. Escapes the puck. And they get to him as he was trying to make something happen. And the defense comes through to back him up ahead of 4th down.
Kate, I've seen a one-step drop. I've seen a 3, a 5, a 7. Some of the boots and play actions to get more depth. But a 20-step drop? That's not going to cut it. Except for this defense, it just adds a whole bunch of negative yards to that play.
They'll send out the punting unit. And he's going to try to give his defense a long field to defend. And he finally gets a hold of one here. This is hit far. He fields this at the 18. And he gets his offense in better field position here to start. It's up close to the 30. The Lions and Jared Goff set to take over on offense once again. And on that last drive, Brock, he crossed a notable threshold in passing yards for the season. Always nice when you can reach one of those plateaus to look back on after the year's over. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Gibbs now from the gun. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
This is one of those situations, Kate, where I watch the body language of the running back because it'd be very easy for him to raise his hands up, look to the sideline and his O-line and go, what am I supposed to do there? There was nothing, no time at all to try and escape and react. Instead, it goes backwards.
This is Gibbs on 2nd down. And he's brought down for a loss. We'll see what they come up with for 3rd down in just a bit. We've reached the end of 3. It's Lions ball as they try to keep that lead and close out a win. Gotta figure out this 3rd down here. From the gun, Goff. And he's off the mark there. Too far behind him to adjust. That brings up 4th down.
Well, he needed another second to deliver the throw he wanted to. You got to give a lot of credit that time, Kate, to the pass rush for getting in and forcing him to dish it before he was ready.
They're out now, ready to punt it. Jack Fox will kick it away. And a fair catch made without incident, just inside the 25. No return on that punt. And the Packers will take over possession. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Shotgun now for Love. He's got a man left. A nice gain of 13 yards as it brings up a 1st down.
I love throwing on 1st down. And when you see a 1st down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you plan for, and you go out and execute.
1st down, ball at the 36. Love now to throw. Able to get it to Reed. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only 1? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
They'll keep this drive moving and come to the line for 1st and 10. Jacobs with it. And he winds up with a solid gain down past the 45. A nice 6-yard pickup. They're going to have 2nd and 4.
That does not show up on any explosive stat sheet, but let me tell you, Kate, that's the real deal right there. You run for that kind of yardage consistently in the NFL, you do set yourself up for success.
From the 44 here on second down. Throw right side, and Dobbs has it. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
Nice to see that connection, that chemistry working between the two of them.
First down, ball at the 36. From the gun, it's a give to Jacobs. And finally, they bring him down. He shook off a couple of defenders there on a nice pickup. Halfway there on first down, that brings up 2nd and 5.
Hey, look, Kate, you can't just ask one tackler to go mano-a-mano and stop this guy. You got to have the cavalry coming. One guy makes a hit, the others are there to clean up and pile on, because one-on-one, he's going to run right through you.
They stick with Jacobs. Moving on into the red zone. And he has this all the way down to the 14-yard line. They'll get 18 yards there. And it'll be first down, Packers.
This dude was just not going to be stopped. Not by the first defender. Heck, not even by the second one who was able to bring him down. No, it took a few shots before this crew could finally get this beast down.
And they've got themselves another 1st and 10. From the red zone now. The throw is caught. And this is down all the way to the 3. A nice pickup of 11 there, Brock, and they'll have 1st and goal to figure out.
I know the Combine tries to test everything it possibly can physically, but I don't know how you test courage at the Combine, because there's nobody defending you. Nobody wants to hit you. But that was the epitome of courage to make that in cut and make the catch.
Throwing from the gun. He has the catch, but no, he can't get down in bounds. Oh, Brock, it was nearly a touchdown, but they're going to say it's incomplete.
Gosh, I love how the receiver creates space from the defender, and even more so the concentration to make the catch. What he didn't have, well, was enough real estate to get his feet in and make an exciting completion.
Handoff here to Jacobs. And he's not going to reach the end zone. They bring him down at the 1. Just a couple on that play. It's going to be 3rd and goal.
Well, you get a little bit closer, but you can feel the pressure starting to mount. Unless you're committed to playing 4 downs here, this becomes a critical 3rd down call.
Love now on 3rd and goal. Looking, pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And that sack going to cost them some yardage.
That blitz right there, Kate, was a win-win defensively. Got a lot more bodies around the line of scrimmage in case that offense ran it. Well, they put it in the air, and that quarterback had nowhere to go with the ball other than in his own arms.
Three plays haven't gotten it done. Now a 4th to try to reach that end zone. Looking to throw. And he'll take this one in for the Green Bay touchdown. The Packers now trailed by just a point in the 4th. So they punch it in for 6, Brock, and now a conversion away from tying this game back up.
This one just has the feel, doesn't it? The makings of a one-score game in the 4th quarter that could go either way.
On for the PAT, and a make would tie us up late. The kick is good, so this game now hinging on every possession as we're tied up in the 4th. On now is McManus to kick this away. Here's Raymond on the return. And this return gets to the 30 before he stopped. The Lions getting ready to the rut they want to be in, Brock. All of their drives have been ending in punts as of late. First and 10 now from the 30. Straight ahead with Gibbs. And he works his way for a gain of 4.
They'll come away happy getting that type of output on most run plays. It's a sign where they're getting some good push up front, and this running back is seeing the lanes and paying them off.
Second and 6 coming up here. They motion the tight end over. From the 34. Into the hands of Gibbs. And he's going to get this up close to the 40 before going out.
You know, these running backs today, they are so versatile. It doesn't matter if they're running it, or in this case, same principle applies on routes out of the backfield. You don't get somebody close to him, that throw is headed his way.
Short yardage situation here. It's 3rd and 2. Back to throw it. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. When we look back at this one, Brock, it is going to be defensive highlight after defensive highlight. And there again, the examples, they just keep coming.
The physical play has been the trademark. Really, from the first snap through this second half, there have not been many just uncontested, clean, efficient plays. Every effort's been answered, and that's why that scoreboard's not been lit up.
And he'll get under this one and make the fair catch at the 19-yard line. So no return on that punt. And they'll get ready to go on offense. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Now a run with Jacobs. And he's only able to power this forward for about 3 yards.
Hey, not a bad play by any means, but there's room for more, and they know it.
Second down now, 7 to go. Love from the gun. This is reeled in by Reed. And he'll take it up to the 30 before being brought down. Call it 7 yards on the play, and that's enough for the first down.
It's not just imperative that a quarterback knows man or zone. Same thing for a receiver, especially on a drag route. When he sees zone coverage like that, just settle down, find the soft spot, and give your quarterback a chance.
First down throw, here's Love. Completes this one to Kraft. And he'll go down, and we'll say right at the 39-yard line. So we're down to the 2-minute warning here from Green Bay. Packers pushing to get within range for a game winner. In a good spot here, 2nd and inches. From the 39. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. This is a guy who's used to embracing contact, Brock. Usually makes catches in spite of it, but I guess it's tough for anybody to make a play every time.
Yeah, I think these tight ends today, Kate, spend as much time in the old ice bath as just about anybody. And when you don't make that catch and you take the contact, well, that stings like the first seconds in the ice.
Complete beyond the marker. And he'll get it up to the 44. A 5-yard gain on the play. And that's good for a Green Bay first down.
You're not going to last long in the National Football League if you don't convert a good chunk of your third downs. Nice find there to continue the series.
Here he is to throw. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's short of the first after a mild gain.
Good luck defending that short yardage slant. Just not going to happen. There's a reason this is a go-to play for just about any quarterback in every situation.
The Packers trying to hurry to the line. He'll look to throw it. Connects on the crosser. And he pushes this down to the 42 before going down. A new set of downs forthcoming. It's 1st and 10. Setting up to pass. That's complete to Musgrave. And they get there to take him down right around the 41.
Quarterbacks will look for their tight end short in just about any situation. They take away the deeper options. Well, there's their consistent source of positive yardage, the trusty tight end.
Back to throw. That's into the hands of Dobbs. And he gets down to the 24 before he stopped. Now the Lions calling a timeout. They're first. And they still have 2 available for them as we approach the end of this game. Two timeouts remaining and some time left to use them. It's 1st and 10. Here's Jacobs. And they sent it straight ahead, but the front stops him after a gain of 3. Timeout taken by the defense. They're second. Still one more in their pocket to use. Second down now, 7 to go. On the handoff, here's Jacobs. And a bit of deja vu as they stop him at the line once again. Let's see what they draw up on a 3rd and 7. Turning to Jacobs on 3rd. And they take him down, but he's able to get this inside the red zone. A 4-yard pickup there, and that makes the decision even tougher now, 4th and short. An important attempt coming up here for Brandon McManus. It's a 34-yarder from that right hash. That one is good! And the 3rd time he puts it through will be the charm. They won it! So this is a Packers win. And with overtime in their back pocket, they weren't going to lose it at the end, but they still managed to set up the field goal, and he executed the game winner. What a memorable way to win it. So that's it for us here. Brock Heward, our crew, I'm Kate Scott. This has been the NFL on EA Sports. The Packers are your winners as we say so long from Green Bay.